Hello and welcome to Leaders of Tomorrow, the only show right now on Indian television where you, the MSME, get center stage. This is ET, our special daily initiative to answer every question and query that you have, no matter what industry or area it is in. We also do 20 panel discussions pan-India to connect better with you, the MSME entrepreneur. And today we're bringing you snippets from a panel discussion that my colleague Pooja Jain did in Ahmedabad on the topic of achieving scale in manufacturing. Take a look.
This evening is a collaborative effort. So at this point, I'd like to take the opportunity to extend my gratitude. Our presenting sponsor, Capital First, supported by the MSME Ministry, our knowledge partner, SME Chamber of India, and of course, our hospitality partner, Pride Plaza Hotel. Now it's time to switch gears a bit. One cannot possibly talk about Ahmedabad without mentioning its manufacturing prowess. And we felt it would be especially relevant to have a focused conversation where we could share insights and exchange opinions on Ahmedabad's evolving manufacturing landscape. Can I please have Executive Director of Wagh Bakri Tea Group, Parag Desai. Thank you, sir. The Executive Director of Symphony Limited, Rupesh Shah. Chief Financial Officer of Astral Polytechnic, Hiranand Savlani. Director of the Entrepreneurship Development Institute of India, Sunil Shukla. Chairman and Managing Director, Ratnamani Metals and Tubes, Prakash Sanghi. And of course, the founder and president of SME Chamber of India, Chandrakant Salunke. Please join us, sir. So I'd like to start with you. Wagh Bakri has a sprawling 60,000 square feet tea manufacturing plant just outside of Ahmedabad. All right. And what we want to understand is what your annual production capacity is like. And what about Ahmedabad makes it a desirable location from which to supply tea to over 30 countries worldwide? Why Ahmedabad?
We are the country's largest privately held tea company, and I am the fourth generation in this group. I still call myself an entrepreneur because we keep on doing new and new things every day. You will be surprised to know that most states in India drink different types of teas. Their tea making style is different. So we as owners, managers, we want to be very sure about the various different type of blends that we ship to various states and various countries all over the world. So unlike our peers and people who are bigger than us, we decided at a very initial stage that we do not want to go for any third-party contract manufacturing. We want to do everything by ourselves. Our plant currently is possibly the world's biggest single tea processing and packing unit that we know, and our control on quality, our belief in systems is very strong because we own the plant and we have it near our global headquarters in Ahmedabad. So that's, I think, reply to your question.
Absolutely, and I'd like to follow up on that a bit. So if we switch gears to Astral Polytechnic, they of course have not one but 3 manufacturing facilities right outside of Ahmedabad. right? And you've made the conscious decision as a company to continue to pour more capital and maximize production throughput. So what is it about Ahmedabad that sort of creates this manufacturing hotbed in your mind? You've clearly made strategic decisions that point in that direction.
See, basically for any industry to grow, what they need? First, they need the land. So the Gujarat is the place where you can get the land very easily. The laws are so simple that industry doesn't find any problem of getting land in Gujarat. So that is the one of the reason selecting the place like Gujarat. Secondly, industry need to run the business, they need the skilled and unskilled labor. So Gujarat again is a very good in as far as sourcing of the labor. Whatever, whether you need a skilled labor, whether you need an unskilled labor, both quality of labors are easily available. Secondly, there is no unrest in the labor. There is no union culture in Gujarat. So that is the another reason that most of the Gujarati entrepreneur, I can say, they want to stick to the Gujarat rather than going to the other state. Of course, now we have gone to the other states also. So you can't say that now we are a only Gujarat-centric company. We are having a plant in the south also, Tamil Nadu also. We are going to the Rajasthan also because plant is under construction over there. So basically, I can say that secondly, the availability of the ancillary things for your production facilities and all, that is also Gujarat is the hub for that. So basically, any industry, whatever they need for the growth, I think most of the things are easily available in the Gujarat. And the government of Gujarat is always supportive to the industry. So that is also one of the reasons that most of the Gujarati entrepreneurs prefer to be in Gujarat. So there are multiple choice, or I can say multiple reasons why we want to be in Gujarat.
Sir, a lot of brilliant points there, which I'm going to get back to.
Thank you.
But as we move on to Symphony, right? And it's been said that, Symphony has been cooling the world since 1939. And it makes sense, given that their coolers are available in, over 60 countries. But, I sort of pose the similar question. How does Ahmedabad in particular manage to strike those economies of scale?
So while sitting in Ahmedabad in terms of the economies of scale, a few years before Symphony used to have own large assembling facility just on the outskirts of Ahmedabad at a place called Thon. And we used to outsource most of the molding components, but used to do the assembling there. But during 2002 to 2008, when Symphony was passing through a rough patch, as a part of re-strategizing its operations, it was decided to outsource the operations, and Symphony started with one outsourced manufacturing facility within Gujarat, and currently Symphony is having 12 outsourced manufacturing facilities, out of which about 4 facilities within the state and the remaining are in North India, Rajasthan and Maharashtra. And the main objective of re-strategizing was Symphony's core competence lies in design, innovation, research development, sales marketing and continuous enhancing of distribution network. And this has also helped in really optimizing the capital allocation.
Sir, I'd like to sort of get your opinions on what's been said so far. And aside from your role at the SME Chamber of India, you of course have extensive personal experience and success with industrial product manufacturing and equipment manufacturing in particular. So how does an entrepreneur go about identifying an environment where manufacturing can thrive?
SMEs are particularly what they're expecting, a land, a cheap or rather a competitive price, and they should get a skilled manpower near the region. Third, marketing system, and fourth, logistic system. A lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of manufacturing companies facing the problem for logistic. Now, the second very important thing, how you will identify the market. And as I said in my welcome speech, we have to tap emerging market. Unless until we will not survive, because you are manufacturing one product, you are looking region market, you are looking national market, or you are looking international market. That is one interest. Second thing, you have to keep a track on what is the quality of your product or services of your quality. And third thing, you should compete your price with the foreign countries. When you are thinking to go abroad, or even in India, how the entrepreneurs to develop more their business activity rather local businesses, local region industry. So this is things if we adapt, I don't think there is a problem and issues.
And sir, given your role at EDI, you've consulted companies in all stages of their life cycle, and you've really pushed the agenda of capacity building. So really interested to hear your perspective on the insights that have been shared by the rest of the panel so far.
We have been conducting programs all over the country and outside the country as well. But the kind of receptivity for capacity building interventions that we have seen in Gujarat, nowhere else probably we have seen that kind of eagerness, desire to learn. That might be another reason that why the Institute of Entrepreneurship, the first Institute for Entrepreneurship Development in the country, was set up in Gujarat only, way back in 1983. Having said so, I would also say that we have been working with various small, medium enterprises, and we have found that here people see capacity building as an investment, not as an expense, and this is a great mindset change.
In the midst of GST, in the midst of demonetization, how does that impact how you approach your manufacturing decisions? I'd like to start with you, sir.
With this GST, really it is a game changer. Of course, the government will have more revenue and they will spend more revenue, because so far there is a parallel economy in the country, and they will definitely break in a 6-month time. Of course, it will, for newcomers, it will take time, because those they were having excise registration, for them it is not difficult to understand and run. But those they are totally new, like textile and other things, for them it is a learning process and they have to come into it, and then it will be definitely after a year they feel it is better.
I fully agree with sir what he said. In India, we all know that parallel economy is there. This is the open truth, whether we like it or not. But this is the reality that we don't believe in doing the business in a systemic way. We want to do everything by cash. A lot of under invoicing is taking place from the Chinas and all. So now with this introduction of GST, even if somebody is making, I can say, evasion of tax, then the second level guy has to pay the tax. So practically the concept of under-invoicing will go away from the country.
Time for a break here on Leaders of Tomorrow, but we will continue bringing you those insights from that panel discussion in Ahmedabad on the other side. Just stay tuned. Welcome back with us here on Leaders of Tomorrow, and tonight we bring you snippets from a panel discussion that we did in Ahmedabad as part of a 20-city roadshow that we do here on the Leaders of Tomorrow. Take a look.
Now, Chandrakant sir, there was a point you made earlier about manufacturing being very capital intensive. And so now I'd like to take the conversation towards the financing end. And Sunil sir, I'd like to bring you in here. Are there specific financing avenues that you'd recommend to micro, small and medium enterprises as they look to build and further their manufacturing outfits? Who should they be approaching?
Yeah. Financing has been one of the major issues with the micro, small and medium enterprises. I mean, you can look at various instruments of financing, whether it is private equity or even other instruments of financing, but this has been an issue. It's a different matter that there was a study which incidentally in India we did, that Global Entrepreneurship Monitor, and in the context of the other countries, developing countries particularly of the world, India has been found to be better placed in attracting finance for MSME entrepreneurs. Having said so, this continues to be one of the bottleneck, and now if you look at it with the introduction of Mudra, things have become much easier, particularly for micro entrepreneurs. Last year, year before last, 3 crore 45 lakh people were financed, and this year about 78% financing have been done to women entrepreneurs. Similarly, we would like that something for MSME financing also should be started. It is not only the micro, but even small and medium enterprises also require.
A lot of you have made comparisons between conducting business in India versus abroad. So what I'd like to do now, and Prakash, I'll start with you, sir, is that just pick up on what manufacturing best practices abroad can most seamlessly be applied in the homegrown Indian context. Your views.
In international market, they more focus on quality and research. So same way we also adopted at our end, and the highly technical product what we are producing today, it become used in defense, in a petrochemical industry, nuclear industries. So you have to be strict to the quality, right from raw material, then your processes, then your inspection of the tubes, because our tubes goes with the various tests also. And we have an in-house laboratory with the enable approval laboratory. You have to do 100% eddy current, ultrasonic test, air underwater test, lot many chemical, physical tests. So all tests you have to conduct, and finally you have to certify with the test certificate the tubes. So our focus, our special quality QA management is there, a 50 people teams. Each and every tube we have to test because it goes for very critical operation in refinery, petrochemical and nuclear application, defense application. So the focus on quality, and we adopt from the international company like Japan, Germany, we adopted them, we hired their consultancy, their manpower also sometimes for special product.
Sir, you of course operate in a parallel industry. Would you agree with these comments?
See, in India, we always think for the short term. We never think for the long term. If you see the abroad, they always give maximum weightage to the R&D. Unfortunately, very few company in India is doing, like pharma and all are spending sizable money into the R&D, but otherwise normally nobody is spending much money into the R&D side. Because what you are thinking today is good may not be good for the 5 year down the line or maybe 7 year down the line. So you have to continuously see that within your industry how you can improve yourself and how you can be a different from other. And secondly, sir has rightly said that in overseas the culture of quality is very, very high. But here we don't respect the quality part. Sasta hai, khatam karo.
And I also wanted to sort of understand what's the single most critical advice you'd offer to MSMEs that are looking to scale their manufacturing business in the future?
I would say it is the mindset. See, entrepreneurship is not just a career vocation or MSME entrepreneurship for that matter. It's a way of life, state of mind. And I would like our MSME entrepreneurs to believe that it can be done, they can do it. Mindset shouldn't only be limited to the promoter or the owner. It has to be percolated down below. Employees, they also have to own that, yes, this is my enterprise. That ownership to the organization is very, very important. It is the pertinent. In technical term, it is called intrapreneurship. Promoting entrepreneurs within the enterprise. And I think that is the need of the hour for our MSME entrepreneurs, that not only it is their responsibility, but all those who are working, everybody has to think that this is my enterprise. So if I have to summarize, I would say that single most important quality is mindset. And there are several other qualities that are associated, which would certainly come if we have positive mindset.
So I wanted to take the opportunity to open up the floor for question and answer.
Thank you. My name is Mihir. I am from Mastermind Training and Consultancy. MSME, it's a journey from micro to small and to medium enterprises. So my first question to Parag sir is to what will be the 5 crucial or critical things that an entrepreneur should work upon during this journey?
I don't know about 5 things, but I mentor a lot of startups, etc. I think there are 2-3 basic rules. First rule, like I said earlier, is that you need to be very passionate. So you need to believe in what you are doing. Second, you need to look at something called cash flow. Without any cash flow generated in the business, you cannot expect anything to scale up. The third most important thing is you have to invest in your own people. So a lot of people end up doing most of the jobs by themselves. But as you grow, I think in the journey, you will need to hire professionals and you will need to invest in them, treat them like family. So I think these are the 3 important things from my side. If people look at it, then success can be easier to get.
I can add something. 5. There's 2 points you can say. First of all, you have to be honest to yourself. That is most important, because we do something and we think something. So most important, you have to be honest yourself and to the people. Honesty is most important in any business. Then second, the focus on quality, quality and quality.
See, I will endorse his suggestion: perform, perform, perform and reform or transform. Then only we can become big, small to big.
Completely out of time then on this episode of Leaders of Tomorrow. If you have anything you want to say to us, you can write in at leadersoftomorrow@timesgroup.com. On social media, tweet at me personally at Sunanda_J or on LOT_ET now, or reach us on our Facebook page, Leaders of Tomorrow on ET now. You can also call us on that number you see on your screen. We promise to have all your queries answered. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.